so excited. We all get to hang out and geek out on something that I love. And I know that a lot of you guys have learned to love over the last couple days. And that is Facebook ads. You guys ready to ask a ton of questions, hang out, spend some time together? I'm here to answer as many questions as I can. I will do as many questions as we have time for today. So I want to hear what you guys are curious about. The first day of these 3 trainings of Facebook, or these 3 days of Facebook ads trainings, we've been talking about things like the 3-tier strategy for Facebook ads. We've been talking about day 2. We talked about CPA down, ACV up, and we talked about the 3 core foundations of Facebook ads. Who here was here on day 1, by the way? Drop a 1 in the chat if you were here on day 1. Oh yeah, some of you guys were hanging out. Day 2, we talked about the core foundations of Facebook ads. Go ahead and share a 2 in the chat on YouTube. I see you guys. Facebook, I see you guys. TikTok, I see you guys. If you were here on day 2, drop a 2, drop a deuce in the chat. And day 3, we talked about this magical thing called the ATM funnel, which was an absolute game changer for our business. It's so much fun. Drop a 3 in the chat if you were here on day 3. I see these coming on in, guys. This is going to be awesome. I'm so excited. So feel free to start asking your questions in the chat. We'll go ahead and go back and forth. We're going to be talking specifically about Facebook ads. But let's go ahead and get some of these questions answered. And I know some of you guys may have missed day 1 or you missed day 2. Maybe some of you guys missed all 3 days and you're just now chiming in. You're like, dang it. All I'm going to say is keep your eyes open. And yesterday we announced something very exciting. We announced that we have opened up our program, Facebook Ads Confidential, which is 24 modules to take you all the way through Facebook ads from start to finish, through the entire ads manager, how to measure things, how to write great copy, every single thing you need to know about Facebook ads, and even the ATM funnel, including templates, is available inside of Facebook Ads Confidential. You can check that out right there. All right, I see the questions coming in. Go ahead and ask them. I'm going to get through as many as we have time for. The link to jump on in if you're like, I already know, I like how she teaches and I want to learn from her. Go to fbadsconfidential.com and let's get these questions answered. Okay, ready, guys? I'm going to go, oops, I misspelled that. Let's try that again. Let's do Facebook Ads Confidential. So there is a bonus today, and I see someone asking about it on Facebook. I'll answer that one first because that one is time sensitive. It ends in less than about 50 minutes. So at noon, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check to make sure we still have some time on that. Do we still have time on that? Yes, we have 56 minutes left on that bonus. So the client attraction system is perfect for anyone who's a freelancer, a social media manager. If you've ever wanted to secure clients, potentially working in social media management / Facebook ads, the client attraction system is a proprietary system that we put together that supports you in securing Facebook ad clients. The cool thing is, as some of you guys know, you can charge anywhere from $1,000 a month to easily $6,500 per month for Facebook ads, especially as you grow in your skill set. And the neat thing about working with clients in Facebook ads is as you learn to provide an ROI and show returns and show results, clients stay with you a lot longer, they pay you a lot more, and overall, generally speaking, they're a lot happier. So we have 55 minutes left in that bonus. So if you guys want to grab that bonus, that's only available for the next less than hour. So Facebook or FB Ads Confidential is where you can grab the client attraction system bonus. Okay, let's go to TikTok first, and then I'll jump on into Facebook, and then I think there's some questions in YouTube too. So start dropping your questions and we will hang out here for a while. Mermaid Scale says, what is the program again? Facebook Ads Confidential, 24 modules. If you've liked the way I teach, this is going to be a very intense, it doesn't matter if you are starting at 0, if you're a beginner learning from the ground up, we're going to take you all the way to advanced strategies with Facebook ads and with the ATM funnel. So you guys will feel good. You'll learn everything that we have learned over the last 6 years of running social media and Facebook ads for clients, but all condensed in a way that's easy for you to understand. All right, let's check it out. We got some questions here. How to start? Good question. There's several different ways to go about it. Number one, you can spend all of your time obsessing and learning and trying to put all the different pieces together. Number two, you could secure some clients and learn through hands-on, which, by the way, you guys, is not a bad thing. In fact, this is a misconception people have. People think you have to be an expert in order to start charging. Did you know that when you go to the doctor or when you go and get a surgery, oftentimes you won't know if it's actually like an intern that's performing the surgery or a resident? Isn't that crazy to think about? You don't get a discount. You don't pay less for the surgery. You don't even know oftentimes. The truth is, in order to become an expert, you have to have hands-on experience. So I personally have a belief, and this isn't always right for everyone, but I have a belief that you can go secure clients and learn through the hands-on process as long as you are guided by an expert or someone who has achieved mastery. And that's exactly what I'm providing for you guys inside of Facebook Ads Confidential. What is the cost for Facebook Ads Confidential? There are two options for Facebook Ads Confidential. There's a $9.97 option, and then there's a $14.97 option, depending on if you want the course or if you want 8 weeks of coaching to support you with laser focused Zoom meetings every single week to support every single question you guys have. I need my tax refund to get here like now. Isn't that so funny? Waiting for the tax refund is always the worst, isn't it? Okay, what other questions do you guys have? Hi, Robert. So good to see you. Crafty Little Farmhouse says, I just need someone to write my copy. I avoid doing them because I don't want to write it. I will say that inside of Facebook Ads Confidential, we have all the swipe files for you for Facebook ad copy, and then also the how to and the why and my proprietary formulas for creating copy. Let's see. Danny says, I love your videos. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy you're here. Blue Heron Clothing says, are Facebook ads good for a brand new clothing brand? As long as you are already converting, yes, absolutely. So as long as you're getting some sales already. But as you guys learned, what happens when you pour gasoline on dry sticks? Nothing. Facebook ads are like gasoline. You have to have a spark. That spark is the conversion. That means it has to be selling. Facebook ads are just an amplifier. So if you have no sales and you're running ads like crazy, once in a great while, someone will discover that they can get conversions that way. But most of the time, you're just going to have a more expensive, frustrating problem because you spent money on Facebook ads. This is so fun, you guys. How to verify your domain. That is totally not related to today, so we're not going to be answering that one. Today, we're talking about Facebook ads specifically. How do you become a Pinterest manager? I'll be sharing that in a YouTube video coming up soon. Hello from Tokyo. Yay. Are you posting videos on Facebook? Yes, and we use those as tier 1 video ads. Okay, what other questions do you guys have? I think we're caught up on TikTok, so let's go on over to Facebook. And I don't see any questions on YouTube. All right, let's go. We've got... Question 1 comes from Rebecca. Hi, Rachel. Do you have any recommendations for lead magnets for physical products? Yeah, so one of the things I like to do is to step back and create okay, what is our audience going to be in need of that doesn't just relate to our products? Maybe if your audience is like me, right? I sometimes struggle with style, and I'm pretty open about that. I did a TikTok about that today. What I need is a printable guide for how to piece different cute items together. You're going to step back and get into the mind of your dream customers and identify where are they struggling? Where are they not able to figure out style? Or maybe if you have some kind of clothing brand that's like horoscope teachers or something, you could put together a fun little free guide for horoscopes. So those are all different ways that you can do it, but you have to step back and get into your ideal customer's mind and figure out what are they struggling with that's in an area related to what we sell. Okay, could you tell us about what's included in the client attraction system? Yes, there's a video training and templates that support you. It's actually several videos that support you in securing clients for specifically Facebook ads. So if you apply exactly what I do until you get a result, you'll be able to see that you can secure clients for $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month, $2,500 a month using the client attraction system. I'm not promising every single person will, but I'm going to tell you every time I've used it, it works really well, which is so fun. Can a lead magnet for a product-based business be a discount code? It can be. It's not the most effective because that is once again about you and your brand and your product and your logo. Get outside of your stuff and get into the head of your ideal customer. And we talk about this quite a bit inside of Facebook Ads Confidential. Will we be able to access BossCon if we are only able to attend virtually? Yeah, I think so, especially after this year. well, let's do it virtual. Jess, I know Jess and the team are watching. Let's make it virtually accessible as well. Cool. Lane says, offer examples for the ATM funnel for a boutique. We are online and brick and mortar. Okay, so I would focus on, once again, getting into the ideal customer's head. Are they wanting to figure out how to create a capsule wardrobe? Are they wasting money on fast fashion and feeling like they can't put together cute outfits? By the way, guys, if you are related to clothing or style at all, it's really important that you understand your ideal audience. Because are they naturally fashionable? A lot of times, no. A lot of times people don't know how to stay up to date on how to create a classic and timeless wardrobe through classic pieces. They don't know how to create a fall capsule wardrobe. They want to learn how to find items that go well together. All of those are different offers that you can absolutely serve. Or you could even do like a hair master class, as crazy as that sounds, how to do all the different styles for 2021, right? How does the 3-tier and ATM relate? 2 separate strategies? Yes, one is on the Facebook ad side. The 3-tier strategy is on the Facebook ad side. The ATM model is on the funnel side. So the ATM can be plugged in at step 2, sometimes even at step 3, but not necessarily, that's not where you would want to plug it in. But on tier 2, that's where you can plug in the ATM. So the ATM is basically, it goes lead magnet to fill in the blank, right? Lead magnet to masterclass to bundle to, yes, I like this idea. Someone said mystery bundle. That's kind of a fun idea. You also could do sample kits. I know like, what's it called? Like Ipsy has done that well, but you could do that whole, like for $50, you'll get a random set of clothes and stuff, kind of almost like Stitch Fix, and have some fun with it. I always like those things. I like not knowing what I'm going to get. That variety is so fun. Do ads work for marketing for a church? They absolutely can. But once again, the difficult part is because of the nature of churches, you're never able to really be like, let's measure the return. Does that make sense? Even though there is a return when people become tithing members. By the way, I grew up as a as a pastor's kid, so I'm very familiar with like the back end of a church's model, which is so funny. But because you can't ever really quantify the return, and you're not going to have necessarily a funnel unless it's for an event or for a series that's paid, it is a little more challenging. But if you do events, you can absolutely use all of the strategies in Facebook Ads Confidential, or if you do paid series, or you do like, what is that program called? Is it Alpha? Yeah, if you do like Alpha or a marriage series, or you sell books for the pastor or whatever, all of that can absolutely be used for with Facebook ads. Good questions. Good questions. Can you explain the 3 tiers? I missed the first 2 days. Oof. Well, it took me about almost 2 hours to explain them the first day. So if you missed them, I'm just going to say keep your eyes open over the next couple days. Keep your eyes open over the next week. Are you guys catching what I'm throwing down? Keep your eyes open. I'm basically going to explain it really quickly, but remember, it took me almost 2 hours to explain this. Tier 1 is video or a Facebook Live. You retarget tier 1 audience with tier 2, which is generally speaking a lead magnet. You build your email list. Pretty powerful, pretty exciting. Yes. You can also plug in the ATM, which is lead magnet to paid offer. And then tier 3 is where you offer your product and you're retargeting the people who opted into your email list. Pretty cool. Are there templates included for reaching out to clients in the client attraction system? You know it. I've got you covered. A to Z. Do you have to do videos with your method? I don't actually have a method for videos because I think that video is very personality based, if that makes sense. Some people feel comfortable hopping on a live and talking for 2 hours. That's my style. I can also do a quick live and share a golden nugget. I do share what kind of videos, generally speaking, we see performing best in tier 1. But that being said, I don't have a proprietary method for videos. You can do edited and polished videos. You could do TikTok style videos as long as you don't use copywritten music or copyrighted music. You could do videos that are just a Facebook Live answering questions, all of the above work. There isn't a right version of videos, if that makes sense. Rand is in on the VIP. I'm so excited to see you on the inside. We're going to have such a great time, you guys. Vicky says practicing medicine. Yes. Isn't that so crazy? You don't get a discount because a doctor is practicing medicine. Isn't that nuts? And that blew my mind when I realized that. Like, it doesn't matter if someone's brand new. Oh, you guys, the people on YouTube are so nice. This guy said, total hottie. I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much. Is Santa Claus here? Is Santa Claus here on TikTok? That's a good day. I love Santa Claus. Santa Claus knows this. Santa, wait until you see my living room. I went crazy and we're not even done. We're not even halfway done. Okay. How long should I run each of the 3 tiers? Forever, as long as they're performing. If you follow the rule 3 of day 3, that is ABT, always be testing, meaning you're always going to have to be actively trying things. It's kind of like you can't necessarily fully automate parenting, even when you have systems or even when you have things going on that are working. Kids go into new phases, things change, the times change, seasons come up, kids get moody. Like, you can't fully automate and systematize parenting because things do change. And the same thing is true with the 3 tiers. You can technically leave them running as long as they're working, but you've always got to be committed to testing. If I were to tell you guys you can set things and forget them forever, that wouldn't be true. Got it? Got it. Okay. When would the one group coaching call be for the $997 option? It'd be in about 4 or 5 weeks. So you have some time to jump on in and make sure that you feel good about it. You have some time to get your hands a little bit dirty. So in 4 or 5 weeks, we haven't set the date yet because we have to navigate like the holidays and make sure we don't set it up during the middle of Christmas or anything like that, or the middle of anyone's holidays. But we're going to announce the date of it as soon as we close down Facebook Ads Confidential. So in 4 or 5 weeks, and it's going to be a decently long call. Anyone who knows the way that I teach and coach, I'll say like, oh yeah, it's going to be like 1 hour. And then we'll accidentally hang out for like 2 or 3. Cause if you guys keep asking questions, I'm there, which is super fun. Katie, okay, I answered Katie's question too. Is Ads Confidential right for people who haven't figured out their offers yet? We support you quite a bit through the ATM process, through lead magnets, all of the above. So my question would be, what is the reason you haven't done it yet? Is it because you haven't felt like you've had certainty about your offer or your lead magnets or anything like that? Because if that's the answer for you, Natalie, then we've got all of the prompts you're going to need, swipe files, ideas, suggestions, all of these different things that can support you in actually coming up with your offers and or your lead magnets. So if that's what you're on the fence about, I'd say go for it. And I think you'll figure out a lot as you put like a fire under your butt to make it happen too, which is so exciting. When you say you need to have sales already, do you mean already selling through ads or just selling in general? Just selling in general. If you can sell organically, you can sell through Facebook ads. Everyone got that? If you can sell organically, you can sell through Facebook ads. But when there's no signs of life, 0 sales across the board, even when someone's organically marketing themselves, that makes me stressed and a little nervous. And then I'm like, Facebook ads aren't going to fix this problem. You have an offer problem. Okay, let's go to TikTok, answer some questions on TikTok. And then I don't think there's any questions on YouTube except for people being really nice. And I really like that YouTube suddenly is being nice. And then I'll go back to questions on the Facebook Live. So let's see, we spend about 20 to 30K a month on Facebook ads, but let's get a better handle on it. That's a decent amount. I don't, generally speaking, for my own business, spend more than 20 to 30K a month. Where do you feel like you need a better handle? Do you feel like you're guessing? Do you feel like it's systematic? Are you needing support with optimizing or scale? Are you looking to become more profitable? Answer that question for me so I can see if like what I do supports where you're at. I got banned from doing my lives for 6 days. I'm sorry to hear that. We're going to focus on Facebook ads today. Cool, guys? Facebook ads and sometimes the ATM funnel. I'm having a hard time staying social without really shooting with COVID. How do I book for next year? Facebook ads would be one way to do that. Fill out your booking with Facebook ads. Not my stepdad, but my mom's husband, he is a photographer and they used Facebook ads to book out his sessions, not during COVID, but they booked him out for sessions just using small little Facebook ad budgets, which is pretty cool. So it can be effective. Okay, let's see. What other questions do we have? Still none on YouTube. Can you expand on getting creative for real estate and mortgage industry workarounds? An example of a workaround? Yes. So what I would actually do is I would build a personal brand or a brand around people who are homeowners, if that makes sense. I would create all of the assets around buying a home and mortgages. And I would talk about like curb appeal. I would talk about things that you can do to improve the sellability of your home, things to look for in a home before you buy it. I would even have like master classes that are like quick, like a $27 master class. Where's my blanket? I'm getting super chilly. $27 master class on like ways that you can instantly improve the value of your home by several $1,000s, right? $27 or $47 for an offer that improves the value of your home by several thousand. That's pretty cool. So I would do everything around the mortgage and around the buying and selling process. Do you see how that would, like, Michelle, get right into the brain of the person who wants to buy or sell? Kind of fun. Kind of fun. Natalie says, I definitely need help with styling for plus size. I have to say, dressing cute after having kids and having like a mom stomach, it's more challenging because I refuse to wear Spanx. And so sometimes I'm like, oh, there's that stomach. Okay, cool. Awesome. Safe says, I'm running ads and they get really good responses, but not much sales are happening. Why? First and foremost, turn off your ads if you're not getting sales. Got it? This is a rule that we talked about on, well, kind of a little bit all 3 days. Turn off your Facebook ads if you're not getting sales. You have to show a measurable return. It sounds like you may have an issue with your funnel and or your offer. One of the things that I teach inside of Facebook Ads Confidential is how to find the leaks in your Facebook ads or funnels. Pretty cool. There are ways to find the leaks and to improve. Julia says, I'm having trouble visualizing how either the 3-tier or ATM methods can work for healthcare, government, or libraries. Well, number one, can you give education on healthcare, government, or libraries? Yes, absolutely. Beautiful. Can healthcare companies, can government officials and politicians, and can libraries all have an email list? Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And the neat thing, and this is a little different for healthcare, government, or libraries, do they all have marketing budgets that they need to spend? Use it or lose it? Yes, absolutely. Maybe you won't be able to see the return all the way through, but building an email list for nurturing is going to be very powerful. In fact, have you guys ever caught that politicians build email lists? It's one of like the most powerful things that they can build. Their email list is their biggest asset in campaigning, which is so crazy. It's not social media, it's their email list. Chris Bound says, real estate ads, Facebook seems to reject nearly all ads, even tier 1 broad audience video views. One has been stuck in review for days. Any suggestions? Yes. Take the focus away from buying a home. Don't talk about buying or selling a home. Don't even talk about housing. Talk about the house or the home. Talk about the experience of a home, because right now, especially, Facebook is a little bit strict with like the election and everything that's going on. They don't want discriminatory practices to be happening with housing. So I recommend doing the workaround, which is talking about homes and curb appeal, etc. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. You guys have so many good questions. Oh, and I see Chris is both on YouTube and on Facebook. And I got to him on YouTube first, and then his question came up here. If we join the program and get all set up and running, how long should it take us to start seeing a return? If we don't see it immediately, how do we know what we're doing wrong? Good question. Don't expect to see a return right away. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Anyone who says you will see a return immediately is not taking into account your unique business, your target market, your ads, your copywriting skills, what you're plugging in. Now, we do have finding the leaks in your Facebook ads or funnels, and that shows you literally line it up with each portion of your Facebook ad or your funnel to look at the stats and see where you're losing people. You find the leak and you learn how to plug the leak through that training, which is pretty powerful. But I will not ever tell people you will see a return, because I can't guarantee that. That's not something I can do. But what I will say, okay, I'm getting my LaCroix ready. It's pastèque. Is that right? Pastèque, French for watermelon. So what I will say, though, is that I can guarantee that you will have the resources and training that you need to get your Facebook ads up and running, and then to know how to troubleshoot them from there. But I can never guarantee that you'll see a return, because that would be really intense for me to do that. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. Okay, cool. How would you do SaaS B2B? That's a really broad question. I would still do the 3-tier strategy. I would do the ATM model. Unless you have enterprise solutions with multiple 5-figure deal sizes, then if you're running this for yourself or if you're running this for a client, I would ask them what cost they're willing to pay to acquire a lead. So there is that workaround with B2B when you have enterprise level solutions. You have to take that into account. This is why for service providers, I actually recommend that you use the client attraction system, which you guys have about 30 something minutes left to jump on into Facebook Ads Confidential and get that before that bonus disappears completely. But for service providers, I actually recommend that you use the client attraction system over using Facebook ads to secure clients. Because if a client size is worth several $1,000s or even 5 figures, then you should be able to spend a lot to acquire some phone appointments. But yet most freelancers, their revenue is still their income. So it's hard for them to part with that much. So ask the company, whether it's your company or someone else's, how much are we willing to spend to get a lead on the phone? How much are we willing to spend to get a demo if it's enterprise level solutions? Cool. Do you have a recommended CRM that ties into Facebook for tracking? I don't use a CRM for that. I do use Google Sheets to track all of our ad spend, all of our purchases, etc. Let me send one message to my team real fast. I know that they're hanging out here. Are you guys hanging out here, team? I'm like way up in the chat, so I can't see you yet. Okay. Here we go. Okay, let's keep on going. I don't know. How did you get here? Okay, so I don't use a CRM necessarily. We do use some Google Analytics. We mostly use real tracking. So we have funnels that we only send traffic to. We track the ad spend, we track the purchases, we track the leads. And I'll walk you guys through my entire process for tracking on inside of Facebook Ads Confidential. YouTubers weren't nice the first day. No, they weren't. The second day they were super nice. And today they're awesome. It's pretty cool. Practicing medicine, crazy, right? Pixel, can you talk more about it? I know what they are. I don't understand the logistics of it. I get this. I have 2 attached to my account and I don't understand why, and I don't know which one to use for my ads. If there's one that's already set up, use that one. If you don't have either one set up, pick one and use it. I will say that the Pixel is basically like it's, see, I don't even understand all of this. I mean, like, I can't explain cookies. I'm not like a tech crazy expert. Here's what I understand. If someone visits your website, Facebook's Pixel tracks who visited your website, how long they spent on your website, and gives you the ability to retarget them, meaning send further advertising to them. Pretty cool. Okay, we're going to answer some questions on TikTok. We've got some good questions here. Do you recommend many interest layers, engage shoppers, and including AliExpress or Shopify? Or I don't necessarily agree with the many interest layers, only because I think most people niche down too far with their audience. I think what you can do instead is actually go a little more broad than you expect, at least on the front end in tier 1. What else? I don't know who this is, but this person's not going to be welcome to come back. You have a different approach? I do, yeah. So I use really broad audiences in tier 1 and then use behavior to qualify people for further tier 2, tier 3, etc. Okay, let's keep on going, guys. You guys are asking such good questions. Hi, Allison. Good to see you. I'm so good. How are you? All right. You should be an actress. Thank you. I kind of think I am an actress on TikTok. You know what I mean? Okay, what strategy would you recommend? How many ad sets? How many ads per ad set? Even budget recommend? That is so custom. Does that make sense? I use, generally speaking, one campaign for tier one with multiple different creatives that I trade in and out. If you didn't see day one, you're going to want to be paying attention for a while, because day one, I dove deep into the 3-tier strategy. I don't give budget recommendations because that is a blanket recommendation. What I recommend instead is starting out with saying, what is an amount that we're okay if things don't work? What is an amount that we're okay with spending to test that doesn't break the budget, doesn't break the business while you're first testing? Then you kind of go into, okay, once it starts working, let's scale as long as it's working. Truth be told, you can have like a baseline of, let's say, 5% of revenue. But my recommendation is, as long as your ads are providing an immediate return, like I teach, you should be infinitely scaling. How many ad sets, how many ads per ad set? I always have like 6 creatives per set of copy, sometimes more. Always be testing. I use 4 different campaigns with variants on each of those campaigns, and anywhere from probably 1 to 3 different ad sets inside of each campaign. But there are some clients where we're spending anywhere from, it's been anywhere from 100,000 to 200,000 in a month. And that's when we have a lot of campaigns. But I don't recommend having 100 campaigns just for the sake of having 100 campaigns, if that makes sense. You want to have no more than you can manage and keep track of easily, if that makes sense. Is day one or day two, are they on YouTube? They're not. Oh, my phone stand is like breaking as we're speaking. I need to buy a new one. I was supposed to do that yesterday. Oops. Is day one, day two? We don't have those recorded, but pay attention, you guys, because we have some announcements coming up soon. Do I run my own ads or do I pay someone? We run our own ads in-house, following my systems, which is pretty fun. Okay, let's see. I believe that the Facebook ad results are not accurate. I did some tests before using Google Analytics, and I dived really deep into that because Facebook ad results, what they show in the Business and Ads Manager, is not accurate. And I explain exactly why inside of Facebook Ads Confidential. Nick is a hilarious, total hottie. Dude, her husband has already told her that today, probably several times. Paul does remind me that I am beautiful to him, which is awesome. But he also is really nice. He's like, you're so fun. You're so nice. He says so many great things. Thanks for the advice on TikTok videos. Awesome. Allison says, do you offer classes? I do offer classes. We are going really deep into Facebook ads inside of Facebook Ads Confidential. So I will drop that in the chat for you guys. Facebook Ads Confidential. This is going to be open for just a little bit longer and up until 12 p.m. Central Time. So for the next less than 30 minutes, we have the client attraction system as a powerful bonus for anyone who jumps on in, because I like early action takers, which is kind of fun. Thank you for the congrats on 500K. Any tips on becoming a virtual assistant or a social media manager? I will give those at another time. Right now, we're focusing specifically on Facebook ads. Okay, can this be done with social media marketing if I'm not willing to show my face on a live? For sure. There are absolutely ways to get around without showing your face on video. I just personally find that to be one of the easiest and fastest ways to build the know, like, and trust. Okay. I would like to do this for my clients to hopefully put myself at a higher tier, but can I do it for social media? You can do a combination. This is what my favorite thing to do is to do organic social media and Facebook ads for clients, because you see growth across the board. You are able to build a bigger, warm audience for cheaper through the tier one strategy, but then also through organic, and they feed into each other. And then you can grow the following. Facebook ads speed up the growth of the following because you're exposed to more people. And yet the organic supports the paid advertising. I like doing both for clients. That's my favorite combination. My husband wants to light a fire under my butt. I think you would be better trying to convince him. That is awesome. Okay, what else? How Facebook categorizes the audiences. I don't know what that question is. Do you want to ask it in a different way? Ideas for ads for health insurance trying to get leads. Should I have an offer or a download? I would start with tier 2, just like I taught in day 1. I would do the tier 2 strategy where you're offering guides, worksheets, PDFs, checklists, etc. Things like that, things you should know about your health insurance. How much should you be paying for health insurance, etc. Jeff Anthony says, is ROI the only metric that you use when tracking performance? Absolutely not. The main 2 metrics that I track are CPA to ACV, as I shared in day 2. What is my cost per acquisition and what is my average cart value? Those are the 2 main metrics that we track. Now, is the rest helpful and awesome? Yes. There are a lot of different metrics that you can look at, but CPA and ACV is the big game that we play. It's the most simplified version of truly making sure that you're successful with Facebook ads. I have a simple, inexpensive physical product that is an excellent upsell to anyone buying a hat, but people I'm talking to either have just accepted that their favorite hats get ruined or have to be replaced eventually, or they are not even aware that there's a solution. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm struggling with a compelling lead magnet for 3-tier. I would do some guides on hats. Like, what does your hat style say about you? You could do a quiz, Brian. You could do the guide to making your hats last longer. You could do rare hat collections, or a guide of rare hats or really cool hats or expensive hats. Like, there's a whole bunch you could do here, which is pretty fun. If you missed the first 2 days or one of the days and you're like, no, I can't believe I missed it. Just keep your eyes open over this next week for sure. Or just jump on into Facebook Ads Confidential and you'll be like, I don't even need those 3 days now. They were helpful, but I'm ready. And Jocelyn's in. I'm so excited to see you inside of Facebook Ads Confidential. We're going to have a great time. Rivka says, I appreciate all your knowledge, sharing so much. Do you have any literature recommendations for absolute beginners to Facebook ads who want to get into the business? There aren't any books that are great for teaching Facebook ads as a whole, but there are elements that can be learned in books that you can use to apply to Facebook ads. Does that make sense? For example, Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller is phenomenal for understanding how to write great copy, get into the heads of your ideal customers, etc. I'm a huge fan of that book. There are several other books I like for copywriting. Copywriting Secrets by Jim Edwards is phenomenal. I'm also a fan. That's great for beginners who are not familiar with writing copy. Great Leads is good for people who are like intermediate with Facebook ads and copy. That's a helpful like up level in the level of Facebook ads. And then Breakthrough Advertising by Eugene Schwartz is great for anyone who's advanced. But just remember, that's just an element inside of Facebook ads. Does that make sense? Books can't keep up with Facebook ads because they change almost every day, definitely every week. So great, so great. Mohammed says, I love Google ads plus Facebook retargeted ads. Awesome. Ashley says, is there a Facebook group to support people in this program, or should we ask them in SMU? We are actually creating an entire form for all of your questions so that me and the team can review them and then answer them with updates and new trainings and Q&As, etc. So there will be a form inside of the portal for you guys to ask all of your questions, which is pretty cool. Can you have a look on my Facebook page and do an example analysis? No, but nice try. Veronica says, how much time per module does it take to work through the program? Good question. There's 24 modules in total. I'm going to pull up the curriculum right now. I'll just pull it up so I can give you guys the example. Oh, I worked with a homemade soap business for a long time. They did a webinar on skincare, which was really neat. They also had some different lead magnets, but their best tier 2 was a webinar on how to take good care of your skin. Okay, so inside of Facebook Ads Confidential, there's 24 modules currently. Now, if you know me, you'll know that I keep adding modules based on what people ask and what people need. But each module has anywhere from a couple of them have 1 or 2 lessons. Most of them have between 3, 4, and 7. And then there's one that has like 15 lessons inside. This is my promise to you. I don't know how long each lesson is or how long each module is. It would take you anywhere from 1 to 7 days if you binged it, depending on the speed that you binge learn. Every single lesson is as long as it needs to be. That means if I can teach you effectively the lesson in less than 5 minutes, I'm going to. I don't just add stuff just because I like to hear my voice. Does that make sense? So I keep it as no fluff as I can. I will teach you the whys, but it is really to the point. So, and the reason I create things that way is because I am busy. I don't know. You guys are busy. We're all busy. We all have stuff going on. And so I want you to be able to get the information as quickly as possible. The other thing as well, the portal opens up on Monday. And so there will not be a drip out of the modules. It will all be made available to you immediately. And that's intentionally because I can't stand when there's a drip of lessons. I'm like, just give it to me all now. I want it. So on Monday, it opens up and you get access to everything, which is pretty powerful. Great questions. Great questions. What else? Since Facebook and Instagram are siblings when it comes to ads, I'm curious. I've heard that if you use Instagram ads at least once, it ruins your organic reach, making you promote again. How true is that? Not true. Not true at all. People say that on every single platform. Not true. Is there a pay plan for the larger package? There's not for the larger package one. Where's the link for the class? It is FB Ads Confidential. So go to fbadsconfidential.com and Jess will add it. I'm also going to reply to make sure you guys get it. Okay. I love that Lori asked a question about Facebook ads for handmade soap because that was one of my big clients. We grew her. I have certain wins that have been my favorite wins over the years. And working with an organic skincare company was one of my favorite wins in the whole world. We grew her from, she went from $4,000 to $6,000 months to consistent 6-figure and even multiple 6-figure months, which is pretty cool and profitably. Okay, let me go to TikTok for a little bit. I know there's a ton of questions here. Let's go on over the questions and I'll answer as many as I can on TikTok. And then we'll go back to Facebook for a little bit. Okay, we've got, TikTok makes it hard to see the comments. Okay, what's the difference of adding someone on the partner section and people's section? I don't do partners. Some agencies like that. I teach it a different way for a lot of different reasons, okay? And I will explain why inside of Facebook Ads Confidential. Tips on getting our first clients as freelancers. Number one, I have a free training on YouTube called 7 Ways That I Like to Find Clients. For those of you who want to work with clients in Facebook ads, we have the client attraction system for how you can secure clients in Facebook ads. That's available for just about 15 more minutes. So go to FB Ads Confidential if you want to grab the client attraction system specifically for Facebook ad clients. Lori asks, when does the live coaching start for the $1,500? Good question. That starts, let me grab, that starts on the week of the 23rd. So as soon as this program is closed and no one else can get inside, because we want to make sure everyone's in who's going to be a part of the coaching, but you'll have some time to jump on into the content, make sure that you get, a feel for how things are going. You can even start setting up some ads if you want, but that weekly coaching starts the week of the 23rd. I'm having a hard time with an offer, tier 2, for an art gallery. So I would do lead magnets instead of an offer at tier 2, kind of like day 1, what I taught there. I think that will be really helpful. I would do things like a guide to art placement in your house. Do you have tall ceilings? Here's a guide to the right type of art to fit your space. Art collecting do's and don'ts. The guide to taking great care of your art, things like that. Okay, TikTok, we've got some more questions. How do I start? Go to fbadsconfidential.com. 163 away from 8K. Huge congrats. As a beginner, how much reserves need starting? So a couple of different ways to look at this. I don't recommend starting Facebook ads if you can't spend $150 at least per month to build your audience. I will say that my personal recommendation, this won't be right for everyone, so you have to decide if this aligns with you. My personal recommendation is if you jump into Facebook Ads Confidential and you're like, I don't have offers, or I don't know how to run Facebook ads for myself, or I'm not clear on my business, or I don't have reserves for Facebook ads, or it's not comfortable, go secure some clients and practice Facebook ads with someone else's money. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's just like practicing medicine. The beautiful thing is you'll be guided by someone who has achieved mastery. That's me. I have achieved mastery over Facebook ads. I love them. I'm continually learning. I'm always having fun, always trying and testing new things. But that's my recommendation. I learned Facebook ads with clients' money. And that sounds scary, but you guys, that's how it works in advertising. Do you think that Gary Vaynerchuk knew how to place TV advertisements before he started running TV advertisements? No, he learned as he went. Where would a stay-at-home mom start as a beginner with all this? Good question. And by the way, I loved yesterday being able to say to you, you're not just a stay-at-home mom. If you wanted to, you could absolutely secure 1 or 2 clients in Facebook ads and spend just a couple hours per week. You can charge them $1,000 per month and continually raise that rate as you get more and more results. But you could literally allow this program to pay for itself by going and securing clients using the client attraction system. That's actually what I hope most people do. I hope you guys catch that. I want you to go secure clients in Facebook ads as you work through this program. Cool. Did I see that you include some things that we can give away for tier 2? I think I saw some free advice PDF forms that you said we could use as our hook. Yes, I have everything inside of Facebook Ads Confidential, everything. So great, so great. Okay, I'm a realtor and now I'm managing my company's account for now. Do you have any tips for Instagram engagement? Not today. Today we're focusing on just Facebook ads. Great question. I'm new to this. I just ran across one of your videos. I don't even know where to begin. Well, a good place to start is to ask yourself, do you want to run Facebook ads? Do you want to run them for yourself? Do you want to run them for someone else? Do you want to learn Facebook ads? I personally think it's one of the most powerful skill sets you can learn. It makes you feel like just a boss. It is so cool. So if you do, go to Facebook or FB, adsconfidential.com, and you can jump on in and I'll teach you everything from scratch. What the heck is going on with Facebook ads right now? Can you elaborate on what that question means so that I can answer it right? What do you mean by that? Only wondering because I'm hoping one of these days I will wake up to wish a ton of people too. So your post about waking up to 500K, how many did you have before that? Oh, I didn't just wake up to 500K. I've been building on TikTok for 2 years. Just joined the program. Damone, I'm excited. Is it Damone? I'm saying Damone because that's the eyebrow guy. Is Damone Roberts, but is it Damon? Like Damon Burton, the SEO expert? Should tier 1 video be focused on your products or general industry related? In day 1, I taught how we do tier 1. Tier 1 is all about delivering value. Don't make it about yourself at all. Make it about delivering value to your ideal customer. But welcome. I think it's probably Damon, isn't it? Damon. Welcome, Damon. I'm excited. I'm excited to see you on the inside of Facebook Ads Confidential. We're going to have a great time. Where do I find the offer for today? I'll drop it in the chat. All right. I think we're all caught up on questions on TikTok for now. I'll come back to the questions on TikTok in just a little bit. And then I'm going to answer some more questions on Facebook. I think we're all caught up here. Let's go to YouTube since there's one question here. It says, I started an e-com business in the summer and I had a much easier time getting good ads that convert. You need to try the 3-tier system. It will change your life. The 3-tier strategy is what I use for e-commerce, for clients in coaching programs, courses, educational content, for clients that wanted to release documentaries. Like everything that we ran for clients was all based on the 3-tier system. John, I see the name Rachel Pedersen. I click. You're so nice. Thank you. I like hanging out. So if your ads are getting bad performance, turn them off. Doing the same thing, expecting to get a different results. We all know what that means. Everyone online is complaining that their CPM is also terrible. Well, everyone online should probably join Facebook Ads Confidential so that they understand how to win when everyone else is complaining. I'm being serious about that. I know that that sounds like really tough love, but I really legitimately mean it. We're getting phenomenal results this Q4. Like, we are profitable. We're growing our leads. Our ads are profitable on the 3-tier system. Isn't that cool? What's the minimum days you run a Facebook ad and minimum run money? That is so vague. I can't answer that because that is super, super vague. I generally speaking like to test an ad for at least 42, if not 72 hours. And there's not, my minimum is going to be different than your minimum because we have a bigger ad budget. Does that make sense? Okay, will the course include how to work with local businesses specifically? I won't specifically be addressing local businesses, but everything that I teach is applicable to local businesses. For an e-commerce store, what kind of lead magnet could we build? If we have a website already, should we still build a funnel for tier 2 ads? Yes, absolutely. Funnels allow you to direct people intentionally to your most popular products, to a front end product. It could be digital. It could be something that is super profitable. But the neat part is you lead with your best products that are the best sellers as well as the most profitable. So for example, when I ran ads for an e-commerce store that had like t-shirts, sweatshirts, and rings, we made it so that the t-shirt was their first offer in the funnel. And then the order bump was a ring that had really high profit margins, and then a sweatshirt on the next step. And that performed super well. For an e-commerce store, what kind of lead magnet could we build? There's so many different things you can do. You have to get into the head of your ideal customer. Do they need a style worksheet? Do they need outfit inspo? By the way, if I am your ideal customer, yes to all of the above. I need all of those. There's speculation from elections. Everyone's always going to speculate. Everyone's always going to say it's a hard time. This is one thing I will say that's a blanket statement. People will always tell you why it's too late. There's no opportunity. It only works for those people who got in at a certain time. Things are too tough right now. Things are too expensive. We're going into a recession. It's oversaturated. Guys, if I had listened to any one of those things about Facebook ads, being a social media manager, building a marketing agency, becoming a speaker, next up, writing a book, showing up on TikTok, going on YouTube and building a following there, I wouldn't have anything. You can either listen to people who are telling you all the reasons why it won't work, or you can decide that you're going to make it work. Because if someone is just getting in and having success, then that means that everyone who's not having success isn't innovating. And now that person wants to flip out and say, you're clearly one of those people trying to sell a scam ebook. I don't see any ebooks here. But anyways, I'm sorry if you've been burned when I'm giving advice and sharing that things aren't working. Unfortunately, you guys, some people are going to get upset. People do get upset when they find out that if something's working for someone else, then that means that they haven't innovated. You need to try things that work, whether it's the 3-tier strategy or the ATM funnel. Cool. All right, let's go to Facebook for a little bit, and then I'll answer some questions on TikTok, and we'll go back to YouTube. We'll go through a video step-by-step inside the Facebook ads platform to explain ads. Yes, everything I do is audible and visual. Everything that I do, I walk you through. You also see my face on the screen. So I'm there explaining it, talking about it, but walking you through every single step. You will know the ads manager, the business manager, like the back of your hand. I don't like when I feel uncertain about something. Do you guys feel that way? I hate feeling like I don't understand something. I hate feeling like, oh, well, don't touch this or this because I don't like it's not going to work. I explain everything for you guys. Natalie, it's going to be so good. Julia says, is it best to advertise on Instagram through the Facebook platform? Yes. You can do Instagram only ads, like the placement, but you don't want to run Instagram ads on Instagram because the targeting is worse. The ability to optimize is worse. The analytics are terrible. You want to run all of it through the Facebook Business Manager and the Facebook Ads Manager. Cool. That's how I set those up. Let's see, reading the modules. Is there anything you would advise to those of us who have never done Facebook ads in preparation for the ads course? Yes. I would advise you guys to go all in, meaning don't give up on this if you get nervous or scared or if it feels overwhelming. Just keep plugging away, keep learning, keep asking questions. One other piece of advice that I have is don't give up on the program before you've started it. Did you guys know that only 3% of people finish programs? Did you guys know that? 3% of people finish programs. It is one of the hardest things to see as an educator and a course creator when you pour your heart out into something and know that it can work. So commit to becoming one of the 3%, or even better, Let's commit to making it better than 3% for this program. Cool. The ads course is $9.97 is one option. There's a payment plan. There's also a $14.97 version, which is with a dedicated Facebook ads coach that I trust, which is really fun. You can check it out at facebookadsconfidential.com. Okay, a couple more questions here. Lori says, I am not happy at all. In fact, I am very unhappy. I want to start today. I know, but it'll be so great on Monday. So I would suggest getting some sleep, making sure that you've got stuff taken care of for Monday so you can jump on in and dive in and just like enjoy the whole thing. I have many items on my Facebook page. Some ads leads to sell other items. Let's say I advertise a chair that leads to table sales. Should I consider the table profit to the ad? Technically, yes. This is why, though, I don't teach just sending traffic to a Shopify store or an Etsy store. I teach to set things up in a funnel where you can know your ACV. Does that make sense? I believe in directing people to specific products. That's how businesses have gone from, a couple, maybe 5 or 6 figures, maybe 7 figures in sales to 8 figures, 9 figures, 10 figures. You have to have a lead-in product that you've dedicated. Will we be able to ask questions somewhere if we get stuck or something? Good question, Jeff. There will absolutely be a place for you to enter questions, and then my team and I will review those as we go, which will be awesome. So you can ask all of them inside of the portal. Those will be totally available to you guys. And so then that way I can answer questions. If the same questions keep coming up, I can take a look and actually create an entire training based on the questions that keep coming up. Super fun. Josh 40's in the house. Hey, Josh. Good to see you. Can you please give us a definition of an order bump? Yes. Basically, an order bump is, this is going to be the funniest definition I've ever given, free money. That sounds way too good to be true, right? Way too good to be true. No, what it means is basically if someone's already entering their credit card to buy something, find something you can add on. It's almost like when you're going through the checkout at Target and suddenly you see chapstick, hair binders, water bottles, candy bars, chips, things that you didn't necessarily know that you needed until you saw them. That's the equivalent of an order bump. An order bump is like a candy bar at the checkout lane. It's high profit. It's free money. Kind of cool. And anywhere from, we've seen almost an average of 25% of people taking an order bump regardless of the price. Kind of crazy, right? Okay, I'm going to answer a couple more questions. That's a good question. Did that answer that for you, Brian? Julie says, are you able to give examples of e-commerce business that you have used your process? For sure. I don't always share the names. This is something people have always asked. Why don't you share all the names of your clients? And I'm going to be honest with you, because I know personally that there are very predatory agencies that intentionally will take that clip out of context and go to clients and try to directly poach them. That's actually a strategy of agencies, which is why I'm pretty private about who my clients are, unless I feel really comfortable sharing. But we've done it with a soap company. We've done it with a boutique. We've done it with an apparel company. We've done it with a pet contraceptive company. We've done it with, the list goes on and on. Let me actually pull it up. I have a list. I don't always have all of them off the top of my head because working as an agency, I don't even necessarily always know everything that's going on, which is kind of cool. Okay, let me get this pulled up, guys. This will be fun. Okay, we also have done this with a cookbook. We've done this with a free plus shipping book. We've done this with jewelry. I'm trying to pull up e-commerce specifically. We've done this with supplements. We've done this with like a DNA test. We've done this with several different things. We've done this, pulling up a couple more. We've done this with a faith-based e-commerce company. Does that help? Kind of cool. All right, I'm gonna answer a couple more questions here. Then we go to TikTok, then we go to YouTube. Actually, we'll go to YouTube real fast since this is a quick question. Is this product-based training? I sell services. It works for services, works for coaches, works for courses, works for e-commerce and physical products. Cool, cool. Hello, hello. Good to see you. What is the ATM? The ATM is essentially what I taught on day 3. It means at the moment, this ad is converting very, very well. It's a funnel that basically takes quite a bit of testing to set up, but it's something that we discovered that allows us to build our email list while also at least breaking even, if not showing a profitable return from the funnel, which is very, very powerful. We have the entire ATM funnel template included, as well as the email templates included. Yay! So great. Ashley's in. I can't wait to see you on the inside. This will be so great. Nia says, if we lead people to specific products on a funnel page, how do we sell other items in our e-commerce store? That will happen through relationship, through email marketing, that will happen through social. You can also retarget and give people like display ads, which are pretty cool as well. Display ads, you can dynamically have them set up. So any other item that they viewed in a store, they can literally be served ads for those, which is pretty cool. Does the 3-tier system work well for a service-based B2B business worried about having to target a small location area and small niches? Do you need to target small location area and small niches? If you have to target a small location area and it's also service-based B2B, it may be a little challenging, but if you're doing this to secure clients in Facebook advertising, just use the client attraction system to secure clients. Does that make sense? Use that if that's what your goal is. What kind of industry is this? I mean, that's a lot of little caveats. Let me know what that means. All right, let's go to TikTok. We've got some questions over here that we have to scroll through. We got lots of good questions. I don't know anything about Facebook ads, but I need to learn. I think it's a skill set that I wish I had known 20 years ago. When I was 11. Lori, you're so funny. I just checked the mail. My mug isn't here yet. You're awesome. Those mugs are going to be really cool. I don't know if we'll ever make those available ever again. So let's keep them super limited edition. It says, ask me about my ads. It's kind of fun. Okay, let's see. What qualifies as a bad performance? If ads aren't generating a return, can that technically work for big companies with VC or deep pockets? Yes. But for most of us, that doesn't work. We can't act as banks. We can't fund ads that aren't performing, if that makes sense. So if your ads aren't generating a return that's at least break even, you have to turn them off. That's what I classify it as. I do ads for my art gallery and they get okay results in my opinion for the amount of money I spend. Awesome. That makes me so happy to hear. Love it. Someone said, Rachel, guess what? What? How do you change a pixel? I add a new one, but every time I create an ad, it utilizes the old one. Good question. You'll have to change it every single time or else delete the other pixel from your business manager. Hola, eres muy linda. Me gusta cómo hablas español. Gracias. No he enseñado en español para adverticios de Facebook, pero pensaba que un día podría enseñar este curso en español. ¿Qué piensas? ¿Querías que yo enseñar en español o no? Let me know if that would make sense for you. Let's see. Is the 8-week coaching only for VIP? That one is, yeah. And there will be a dedicated Facebook ads coach to support you every step of the way with a Facebook group for all of your questions. You guys have so many good questions. What else? I'm running a multi-channel campaign. That is fun. For a nonprofit, any recommendations specific to nonprofits? Absolutely. This is one key question. Ask if they need to show a return or if there's a certain amount of advertising dollars they need to spend to remain non-profitable or unprofitable. Cool? Because that is a slightly different strategy. Okay, let's see. I'm currently a small business travel agent. Nobody's traveling. I totally need help. I would do an ATM funnel to build a well for the future. I know that not many people are traveling, but believe it or not, some people are traveling. Who's still traveling? We still travel for business. Anyone else? Just whip out the Spanish, why don't you, right? I love Spanish. I think it's great. I'm also learning French, but I'm not ready to speak it yet. I get super nervous still. And thank you. I love speaking Spanish. You could create a lot of different things. You could create resources that help people learn how to travel on just dollar or on just points. Did you guys know that in January, we are going, at least if everything works out, we're going to Hawaii 100% on points. Pretty cool, huh? I've always wanted to go to Hawaii, and we're able to do it on points. That's a valuable course. My husband had to learn how to do that. He learned it the hard way. It took him a long time. What else could you teach people? How to get the best deals? Yeah. How to get an extra free day on a vacation. There's so much you could teach that would be so valuable that people need. They don't know your secrets. This is so good. Thank you. Oh, you guys are so nice. I love seeing the Spanish speakers show up. You guys are so great. I've wanted to be an influencer, but I need some help because I've been trying and I'd love some help. Head on over to my YouTube channel. I have a 5-day growth challenge, totally free. It's also in my Facebook group for TikTokers, which is TOK with Rachel, Talk with Rachel, like TikTok, just minus the tick. So it's available there. You guys are so great. Aw, I'm starting my channel next month. We can talk about that another time. Today we're focusing specifically on Facebook ads, which is pretty fun. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Give us some tips on Facebook ads. I've been giving tons of tips on Facebook ads. If anyone missed it, I did 3 days of free trainings. Pretty fun. Thanks, Hannah. You're so sweet. Isn't TikTok fun? Head on a cruise in a couple months. You're going to, or it's going to be cheap? I do get a little nervous about a cruise because then if something happens, like you're all stuck and you have to stay on. Okay, what other questions do you guys have? Here's one. By the way, thank you, Connie. How would a bakery use the 3-tier? For starters, you'd want to create like some kind of guide for ideas for birthday parties, for wedding cakes. You'd want to create guides like that. There's a lot of different things that you could do. Answer questions. For example, I love cake. Does anyone else love cake? I love cake, but only really good cake. So I would want to know the differences about cakes. What's the best cake for a wedding? What are some cool ideas for birthday party cakes that can make a themed birthday really cool? All of that could be really powerful. I think you would want to probably focus on the, this is funny. You'd want to focus on probably weddings and birthdays, special occasions, because the rest is going to be smaller spend. I'd focus on those major life events. And the cool part is you can actually target people who have recently been engaged. Did you guys know that? You can target people who have a birthday coming up. You can target people who have friends who have birthday parties who are coming up. You can target friends of people who have been engaged. You can target people who have recently been engaged. It's pretty cool. Brian says, if your Facebook ads aren't working, turn them off. Agree, but can you finish the sentence? And don't turn them back on until you have a solid strategy in place. And until you have a handle on making sure that you're comfortable turning ads off and testing until you see a return. You have to see a return. Cool. How would I help my husband grow his handyman/woodworking business on Facebook? I actually worked with a woodworking company. Let me pull up the results because it was pretty fun. And it was first try. We had some pretty decent results. It was actually shocking. Do you guys want to see it? Or hear it rather, because I can't screen share with you. Let's check out how this has gone. Let's do. So we spent $4,373 on this woodworking and acrylic sign making company, $4,373. And they had a total of 322 purchases, a cost per purchase of $13.58, and a return on ad spend of 8.33. That means that for every dollar they spent on Facebook ads, they made $8.33 back. Does that sound pretty good? I think that would work pretty well. Yes? Oh, yes. Kind of fun to hear, right? That I've actually randomly worked with that industry. So kind of neat. Do you have any ideas for targeting Black audiences? I'm struggling to figure out how to reach that demographic. There's several ways that you can kind of help yourself to more often target Black audiences than not with your ads. Number one, use Black creatives. Use models in your ads that are Black. People like to see people who look like them in ads. This is what actually one of my favorite things. I teach diversity in creatives for marketing. I've taught this for a while. I taught this in my internship. I've taught this in a lot of different places. But first and foremost, the models that you choose for your creatives, whether you get them from Unsplash or you hire models for a photo shoot, how the models look in your ads is going to make people that look like them or act like them feel welcome. So if you want diversity in your programs, make that clear in your creatives. Yeah, that's one great way to do this. Number two, you can use phrases or hold on, I'm going to pull this up real fast because there's one distinction with Facebook ads in their policies. I think you can say calling Black business owners, attention Black business owners. Let me check this policy because there's a fine line with it. Let me find it. You're actually able to target specifically people. Let me find it. Okay, I'll find this for you guys because this is something I find really fascinating. And there's a lot of confusion about this. So it's attributes. Personal attributes. Okay, you can say things like meet Hispanic men online now, find Black singles today, date Christian singles, looking for Buddhists near you, meet Hindu singles online now. So you can say all of those things without personally calling someone out. Does that make sense? So you can't say meet other Black singles near you because that indicates that you're assuming a personal attribute about them. You can't say like meet other seniors. You can say meet seniors. You can say looking for Buddhists near you. You can't say meet other Buddhists. Does that make sense, that differentiation? You can say gay dance clubs. You can say gay dating online now. You can say Atlantic gay cruises. You can't say, are you gay? You can't say meet other lesbians. Cool? Does that help? So you can say the program Black Entrepreneurs Trust or products for Black millennials, but you can't say, are you a Black millennial? Does that make sense? So they can't feel personally targeted with that. I hope that supports you. Okay, we've got more questions. Number one, do you have kids? Yes, I do. I have a 10-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 2-year-old. Kind of fun. Any tips for ads for a local party or holiday decor setup business? That's similar to what I did the name making company. We focused on parties. We focused on the angle of baby showers, engagements, weddings. So we wrote it was something like get your Pinterest worthy party or get the Pinterest party of your dreams. Kardashian who, you can do those kind of things and have some fun with it by appealing to that best life or main character angle, which is super fun. Super, super fun. Okay. What other questions? Would Facebook ads work for a local swim school with a few locations in cities in North Carolina? Yeah, for sure. This is a commercial painting company. They want to target other businesses in their area. Oh, you have tons of businesses you can target in the area. Yeah, that would totally work. Question, TikTok is fun. TikTok is awesome. Nia says, Nia, did that answer the question? Cool. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You can also, this is a stereotype for any people group. So just keep in mind that this is 100% a stereotype. Generally speaking, you can target certain shows or certain movies or certain shops or things like that certain demographics tend to prefer. For example, if I wanted to target Christians, I could target Joyce Meyer or Joel Osteen, right? Now that targets a specific portion of the Christian market, but generally speaking, if I target those people or Lisa Bevere, right? If I target the Beveres or Christine Kane, I'm generally speaking going to be targeting Christians. Does that make sense? So if you can think of the interests that the audiences you want to target that are Black, if you want to target them, you could think of targeting that, generally speaking, Black audiences tend to like and engage with. Does that make sense? Kind of cool. If I want to target men who love sports, I may target some sports teams, because generally speaking, men who love sports are going to love sports teams and engage with them on social media. Kind of cool. I joined your course, Nicole. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so it's technically 12:15. My team is going to kill me for this. They do this a lot. We're going to open up the client attraction system for 1 more hour. So if you've been hanging out and you're like, I didn't want to miss the bonuses, I want the bonuses, head on over to FB Ads Confidential. I'm going to wait to see my team in the chat. Team, do you guys hear that? You guys good with that? We'll give 1 more hour for anyone who needs the client attraction system to make this course pay for itself. Is my team here? I think they should be. We'll just wait for their confirmation. As soon as I get their confirmation, then we will extend the Facebook ads, the client attraction system. My team is there. Are you here? Once I get the go ahead, I'm actually just going to message them. Team, I'm adding, see, this is where I really like being a CEO. I really like being like, love you guys, but also I'm the boss. Team, can we add the client? Can we extend the client attraction system for 1 more hour? I think we can do it for 1 more hour. I said can we, but I really meant we are. Let me try that again. Let me say that again. Extend it, please. I love my team. Love them so much. They're the best. Okay, I have got the okay. They're going to go ahead and drop it in the chat. So the client attraction system is going to be added to anyone who buys within the next hour. So if you've been hanging out and you're like, it took me a little bit to get everything together, for the next hour, that will be available. Cool. Amazing. Kellyanne says we can't say no at this point. That's true, because I sign your checks. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. But I love my team. We like to joke around a lot with each other, which is super fun. Okay, any other questions here? I joined your course. I'm hoping I can dive in more. The bonuses are back up, you guys. Yay! So great. So it's there. We'll probably send this out to the list just to make sure everyone gets what they need. Okay, can we do the VIP payment plan? There's not a payment plan for the VIP. There's not a payment plan for that one. Natalie's in. So exciting. Who else is in? A couple other people. Oh, yeah, I see you guys joining. Julia says, since health issues cannot be targeted in Facebook ads, how would you help a hospital reach their patients on Facebook to let them know they have support groups available to them? You can say support groups for people with X, Y, and Z. You just can't say, do you have this? Or meet other people who. So once again, I would follow what I just shared with like the Christian or the faith or the race or ethnicity targeting. You can say like support for people with X, Y, and Z. And you would be able to fight that if they said no to it. Have you ever worked with a real estate agent? I have for consulting. It's pretty fun. I shared a bunch of ideas at the beginning of this for real estate agents because I think it'd be super fun. We don't have payment plans for the VIP class. What else? What else? Do you get the client attraction bonus with the payment plan? Yes, totally. And that will be available for 1 more hour. Let's say until 1:30 Central Time. So 1 hour and 13 minutes. Got it, team? 1 hour and 13 minutes. We'll extend that. Cool. Amazing. Amazing. Long copy or short. Okay, to add links within ad copy. Always add links within copy. You totally can. And it increases your results. I shared that on day 2, I think. Day 2. I explained the CTA method that I share within Facebook Ads Confidential, but I go deeper into it in Facebook Ads Confidential, which is kind of fun. Yes, please, technical had tech issues. I think a lot of people did. So we'll extend that. It will be available until 1:30 Central Time the client attraction system bonus with the payment plan, with the pay in full. And remember, if you join on the pay in full, we're going to be doing a coaching call as long as you guys need, 4 to 5 weeks out. Cool? It'll be so fun. We will all hang out. I'll answer all your questions. All right. I'm going to let you guys go. Some of you guys are going to jump on in. We're going to make sure that everyone knows that there is an hour and 12 minutes left to get the client attraction system. I'm glad my team said yes to that. That was a trick question. They all have to say yes because I'm the big boss. Just kidding, guys. I love you. Okay. I will catch you all later. Let's have the best day ever. We'll talk soon. Bye for now. And 1 and 2 and